how's about we do a little bit to the lighting now, because it does look a little bit unnatural. If we look at this, you can see it's kind of standing out different and away from the background. For one thing, there's no shadows. So I'm looking here, it looks like the sun must be over here off to the right, because you can see where the shadows are. And, you know, kind of look and see what kind of angles you have. Okay, about a 60-degree angle just up that way. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'll go to my top view, and I'll go over here to my Create tab, and over to the lights. Okay, remember we don't use the photometric, but we use the standard, and go and get an Omni light for yourself. And it was over here on this side, right? So I'll go ahead and give myself a light. And actually that should probably be within the set. Okay. And I'll go to my front view here. And these things were coming up this way. So I'll just pull this light up to where it seems to be matching the shadows. Not bad. Maybe up just a skosh higher, but not too bad. Alrighty. And while I am here, I think the other thing that I'm going to do is I know I'm going to want an ambient light. So I'm just going to hold down the Shift key and Shift copy a second light right here. Now this one is called Omni O2. Let's change that to Omni A and B for ambient. Maybe raise that up a little bit. Just put it right in front of everything. Right there. And then the other light we're going to call Omni Sun. I keep the Omni part because that way they're all the same when I look for them over here in the Scene Explorer. Okay, so let's take a look at the parameters of the Omni perspective here. The Omni Sun, that's this one right here, that's selected. And okay, shadows on, because the sun casts shadows. And the intensity is going to be at 1, at least that's where we'll start. And also down in the shadow parameters, we might mess with that. Right now it's just 1, which means that those shadows will be absolutely black if we were to leave it alone right now. Okay, now for the ambient light right here, let's take a look at that. So first off, we don't want the shadows on. We want it to be a lot less powerful. I'm going to go to, let's say, 0.2, enter, and I'm going to make it more blue because I look at this and it's very blue looking. So I'm going to go here, and I've got this eyedropper right here, and I can sample colors. So I'll click on the eyedropper, and I'll go over here to a nice light blue area of the sky. So that's a good place to start. It's giving me the exact kind of blue that it is. Say OK. Now these shadows are still a little bit strong. Maybe what I would do is go ahead and take the sun, and if I go down here, down, 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 to the shadow parameters, and I still want them to be relatively strong, but not quite as strong as that. So maybe instead of it being 1, how about 0.9? Render that again. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Why not? And shadows are nice and crisp. You know, you can make them blurrier down below, but we're not going to worry about that. And what else? Oh, the other thing is that this seems a lot brighter than the background. I wonder if we can brighten up the background without brightening this up. Well, actually, there is a way. So if I go back here to my material editor, and I'll find the sky right here. Isn't it nice that we name things? So there's the sky. And I'm going to click on this material. Okay, so where it says self-illuminating, I'm going to go ahead and make it light itself up. So you can adjust this. I'm going to go 100% right now, and just see what happens. We might need to tone it down or it might look great. So here's how it looks now. In fact, let's make a clone of it. Compare and contrast. And let's render it again. Okay, and so you can see that the ground is exactly the same, but the background is a little bit brighter now. Okay, so that's looking pretty good.